What is going on, YouTube? I'm back with another reaction video. Today I'm going to be reacting to the entire Sounding the Seventh Trumpet album. I have been grinding this album for the past couple weeks, getting all the songs reacted to. I'm really curious to see how this album sounds all in one shot, how certain songs connect to each other, and how it differs from just listening to each song individually. Just so I can do a little bit deeper of a dive into this entire album, I'm going to be listening to all these songs with the lyrics on the screen. That way I don't miss anything, and I can maybe catch things that I didn't catch the first time listening to them and reacting to them. If you want early access to this content, as well as exclusive reactions to other bands and other music as well, go check out my Patreon. It will be linked in the description. And now another thing about this full album reaction that I'm doing right now is there are two songs that I haven't heard from it yet, and that is To End The Rapture and Breaking Their Hold. And that's because, you know, they're just short versions or short songs. So I didn't want to make entire videos about those. And I'm doing these songs in the order they're in on Spotify. So with that being said, we are going to get started with To End The Rapture. Whoa.
There's nothing you say and nothing you try can change time. Human race prepares to die.
Interesting. To End the Rapture. The Rapture, I'm not religious, so I'm pretty ignorant when it comes to religion. So I'm going to make sure I don't. The Rapture is a Christian concept where believers, both dead and living, are instantaneously transported from earth to meet Jesus Christ in the air. I thought there was some sort of like big event that is set to happen that would represent the Rapture. I'm not sure. Let me know, because I'm not into religion. I'm not educated on it, but it is interesting. But anyways, that goes into Turn the Other Way. Yeah. Yeah. I don't know what it is about that distortion right there. Those are harmonics, right? Pinch harmonics on the guitar. I don't know what it is about that. Just, it sounds like, you know, when you like slide a piece of metal or like a ceramic dish or something across the table and it makes that like awful squealing sound, or that awful like, I don't know what that's what this reminds me of, but in such like a pleasing way, which is super weird and interesting. I'm just really listening to, I compare it to nails on a chalkboard, but I kind of like it. I don't know why. Yeah. This is one of my, oh, it's tough to pick a favorite song from this album. It's so interesting and random and all over the place. I'll have to get back to you on my favorite song of this album. This is one of them for sure because of this part right here where it starts and then it pauses and then it comes back and pauses and it keeps doing that. I love it. Oh, that one like China symbol in between the words right there. Dude, that's so cool. So weird. I love it. I can't unhear that China symbol now every time. Yeah. Oh. Curious as to how this leads into the next song. Oh, it just fades out anyway. Okay. Okay, so the meaning of Avenged Sevenfold's Turn the Other Way centers on feeling trapped and controlled, expressing regret for past mistakes, and seeking forgiveness and freedom from an oppressive external influence. An oppressive external influence. I wonder who the inspiration was behind it. There's a lot of religious references in this album. Yeah, like literally the name, I just looked this up because I figured this was the case. The album title, Sounding the Seventh Trumpet by Avenged Sevenfold, is a direct reference to the book of Revelation in the Bible, specifically chapter 11. The seventh trumpet signifies the final trumpet blown by an angel, which heralds the end of the world and the establishment of God's kingdom on earth. The title serves as a literary allusion connecting the album's themes of impending doom or change with the biblical narrative of the last trumpet and its profound consequences. This is why I love Avenged Sevenfold, because I'm not sure how or if they're religious, or I should say, I'm not sure how religious they are, if they are religious, because they have so many religious references and terms in their music, and I find it very interesting. And I also find it very interesting that this is packed to the brim with religious references. But if you were to, let's say, take this music to your grandparents or whoever who doesn't listen to this type of music, they would think that you are insane. They would think you are into some dark stuff. And I have people in my life that hear the kind of music that I listen to and they're like, where did this come from? Why do you listen to such hateful music? And this music just sounds evil and stuff like that. But it's so crazy to me that the message behind all the screaming and all the words you hear, a lot of this song talks about like self-harm and stuff like that. So behind all of the triggering words and terms, I'll say, is an actually extremely deep message if you dive into it and you take the time to educate yourself on it. It's a total eye-opener. And that doesn't just go for Avenged Sevenfold. It goes for all music. Well, most music. You know, there's some music where it's just like mindless and it's just words that rhyme with no meaning behind them. But rock and metal specifically are just famous for being extremely deep and having extreme emotion and connection and real meaning behind them, real inspiration and real trauma behind them a lot of times even. But yeah, I always find it interesting to look at the meaning behind the songs. But next up, we have Darkness Surrounding.
Darkness get lost.
Why am I getting such Halloween vibes? It's October 7th today. Darkness coats us. Why is the smell of fall the next line? What is the significance of the smell of fall? It's just a spooky month, isn't it? A spooky season fall is, which I like actually. This is interesting, and why do I not remember this? The graveyard is alive, so like zombies, apocalyptic, creepy, and then black cat across my path. If you're superstitious, a lot of people think, let's say you're driving down the road or you're walking somewhere in a straight line and you see a black cat cross the path that you are going to now cross. It's bad luck, or that means that just is symbolizing something bad about to happen. Like, don't cross the black cat's path or else something bad's going to happen. Like, do what you want with that. I've heard that little tale or that little superstition. The chill of cold wind, the breath of the dead. That's interesting. The chill of cold wind being compared to the breath of the dead. You know what I mean? They're saying the cold wind is the breath of the dead. That is so creative. And I must have totally missed that the first time listening through, which is expected because I was trying to keep up with the rate of this song and this album in general. Anyways. I love this line right here. Everything about this, not even just with whatever message they're trying to portray, literally with anything, like with life. This is a very interesting. I need to write this down. I'm starting a whole list of deep song lyrics, and that's a really interesting one right there. So I just love the idea of having an open mind and don't be too biased and be open to your opinion being wrong. Be open to being proved wrong and be okay with it. Being okay with being wrong on something and being okay with letting somebody prove you wrong, not in like a confrontational and aggressive way. It is so much more powerful and so much more educational if you can just be open to the fact that you could be wrong. Maybe you're not right about whatever it is that you're talking about or whatever it is you have an opinion over, than it is to be 100% confident. Nobody can tell you otherwise. Absolutely no argument will stand, and then you get proved wrong. It's so much harder of a blow if you are just so closed off to anybody else's opinion and then you turn out to be wrong. Just be open to the thought that maybe you don't have it right. Maybe you don't have all the facts, and that's okay. Literally, that is human. We're not meant to have all the answers. We're not meant to know everything. And that is one of the best ways to learn and get smarter, is to accept that you don't know it all, because you don't. Nobody does. So that's the wisdom that I get from this right here. Open up your mind and you will feel it too. The sound, the touch, the thoughts that you've been so blind to. I love the way it rhymes. I love the execution that they did with it. I love the meaning behind it. It's cool. Oh my God. The fact that the drums were done in one take blows my mind. I love the guitar. Oh, double bass. Totally changed the rhythm, the tempo, and they continue to do so.
Smell the burning embers, time flickering away. Timeless but soon gone. Timeless but soon gone. Smell the burning embers, time flickering away.
So many like weird references to fall. Like I associate fall with like, you know, you get to have a fire, you get to go camping, you get to like have wiener roasts, you get to, you know, like spooky season, it's Halloween, the trees, they're all like the leaves are falling off. It's very, you know what fall is. It is my favorite season for sure. Such a nostalgic feeling I get from just thinking about fall in general. I just think it's funny the way that they're referencing so many things about fall, and I don't even think they're doing it because of fall. Smell the burning embers, time flickering away. Fall is towards the end of the year, the end of like the seasons or whatever. Timeless but soon gone. Oh my God, I'm putting pieces together that might not even be there, and it's so weird. Timeless, I just said, like, I have so many nostalgic feelings from just thinking about fall. It's timeless. It never gets old, but soon gone. It doesn't last long. Winter comes soon. It gets cold, and it feels like it's gone like that. I'm so interested. I gotta look this up now. Darkness Surrounding explores themes of mortality, the passage of time, and the presence of death, using vivid imagery of decay and the supernatural to create a sense of the afterlife being present among the living. So, I mean, yeah, it's kind of like Halloween, spooky season, stuff like that is what that reminds me of. A little bit less of, you know, so specific to fall or like a spooky season or whatever. Interesting. Here we go.
And I can't find myself alone with just my thoughts as time crumbles away. Time crumbles away.
I love that fill.
Smell the burning embers, night flickering away. Timeless but still gone. Timeless but still gone. And I can't find myself alone with just my thoughts. As time crumbles away. Time crumbles away. Now!
Just when you think it's over. Pretty much every song just kind of fades out, doesn't it? At least so far. Well, I do believe I talked plenty through that song and I got my message across. So let's move on to The Art of Subconscious Illusion. Why? I haven't changed my volume. Why is this one so much louder? Is there a reason for that? Did they do that on purpose? Wow. They're real big on the thunder and rain sounds. Okay, now we gotta look up the meaning of that. So, meaning of Avenged Sevenfold song, the art of subconscious illusion centers the trauma of... Let's chill out on that, Pantera. Thanks. Or that's not Pantera, that's Hell Yeah. It's a good song, though. Drink, Drank, Drunk. Yeah, that right there. Good song. It's the lead singer of Mudvayne in that band, if you didn't know that. If you know the band Hell Yeah, same singer as Mudvayne. Chad Gray. I used to work with a guy who parties with him all the time. All right, anyways, shut up. The art of subconscious illusion centers on the trauma of a rape victim and includes the perspectives of both the victim and the assailant. The title itself refers to how the victim's subconscious mind creates an illusion to cope with the reality of the assault. Very interesting. And they call it an art of subconscious illusion. I remember this now, reading that from the first time I reacted to it. Very interesting and crazy concept. All right, now on to We Come Out at Night. Now I gotta turn it way up. Love that fill right there.
And I'm alone, thinking of times and why they go.
Oh my God. It's just such chaos. Oh, the guitar is so mean.
Clouds swallow the moon, and I'm alone, thinking of times and why they go. Clouds swallow the moon, and I'm alone, thinking of times and why
there's the rain again. And the thunder.
And I'm alone, thinking good times and why they go.
Another song that just fades out. Another one with also the rain and the thunder, but with some piano, which is an improvement in my opinion. The song We Come Out at Night by Avenged Sevenfold appears to be about a character's journey through death and spiritual transcendence, moving from a loved one's deathbed to an acceptance of their passing and ultimately a realization of interconnectedness with the universe. Ooh, the music reflects these stages with dissonant sections representing the moment of death and beautiful passages signifying peace and acceptance. That's where the piano comes in. And the chaos at the beginning was the represent of the moment of death. I kind of wish I would have caught that, because usually I'm pretty good about that. But anyways, that is always interesting to hear when they portray a certain scene or a certain feeling with music. And what's even better is when I can like predict what the song is about without hearing the lyrics, or without even knowing what the lyrics are or what they symbolize. I can be like, oh, well, the way the music like is speaking, if that makes sense. Like, I think the music is kind of, you know, sad, so maybe it's about this topic, or it sounds inspirational, so whatever. It sounds. There's plenty of Avenged Sevenfold songs where I was able to identify what the song was kind of about and notice certain characteristics of the song before I knew the meaning of the song. And then I heard the lyrics and stuff, and I was like, oh my God, I was right. It was so, I love doing that. That is so, it's so impressive as an artist, like as Avenged Sevenfold or as a band or whatever, when you can get your listener to understand the meaning and what the song is about without lyrics. That is like another level of impressive. But anyways, next up we have Lips of Deceit, which I would have just reacted to, I think, a few days ago. So let's see if I can find anything I missed. Drums are nuts. Oh my God. I need to read the message of this because I'm not really catching the meaning just by the lyrics. Okay, so Avenged Sevenfold's Lips of Deceit explores themes of guilt, regret, and the realization that people are not always genuine, leading to emotional struggle and a call for inner strength against those who want to bring you down. That's actually pretty powerful. The song describes a struggle with inner turmoil and a desire to overcome the manipulation and heartbreak caused by others' deceit. Yeah, that I like that message, and that's actually really powerful. Interesting. Lips soaked in deceit. It's a very, I want to know how they come up with lines like that. That's so interesting. All right, next up we have Warmness on the Soul. Piano, love it. So refreshing for this album.
And that feeling of down, it's erased. I'll never feel alone again. With you by my side, you're the one. And in you I confide.
So refreshing.
And we
I love that.
gone through good and bad times, but your unconditional love was always on my mind. You've been there from the start for me. And your love's always been true as can be. I give my heart
Gorgeous.
to you. I give my heart, 'cause nothing can compare in this world to you. Whoa.
Yes.
And we
Yeah.
have gone through good
Yeah.
and
Oh, wow.
bad times, but your unconditional love was always on my mind. You've been there from the start for me.
Gorgeous.
And your love's always been true as can be. I give my heart to you. I give my heart, 'cause nothing can compare in this world to you. Whoa.
I love that. I could fall asleep to this. Oh. piano.
I give my heart, 'cause nothing can compare in this world to you. Whoa.
I love that. Oh my God. Let me hear that last part again. Wow. Absolutely gorgeous. That's one of my favorite ones on this album, for sure. Warmness on the Soul is an Avenged Sevenfold song about deep love, gratitude, and the unconditional support of a significant person who provides constant comfort and trust through life's changes. The lyrics express the irreplaceable value of this individual and the profound comforting impact of their unwavering presence in the singer's life. Very, very nice. You can just tell that that song is deep and like full of emotion. Everywhere from how straightforward and like punchy the drums are to the piano. The piano is so soothing and the vocals are amazing and the lyrics are really good. What a great song. And followed by that, we have an epic of Time Wasted. The bass. So chaotic, so hard to follow. I want to know how many different riffs they have in this album. It's gotta be like 50. There are so many changes in every single song. So many changes. And the songs are only 4 minutes. I don't get it. It's so all over the place.
You are the wrong one. Bring it alone. Going your own way. Go.
He sounded kind of like Corey Taylor from Slipknot right there.
So much time I've wasted, and I never thought it'd come to this. Still one never waited, and I never thought it'd come to this. Still one never waited,
So violent.
and I never thought it'd come to this. We had some something great, then it was washed away. We had something more than I can't explain. Sorry. Yeah! We had something great. Then it was washed away. Now all friendships last. Time to start again. In reality.
That is insane. I can't get over how all over the place this album is. I can't even wrap my mind around it. Here we go. An Epic of Time Wasted is about the regret over a relationship or a friendship that has ended, with the feeling that the time spent in the relationship was a regrettable waste. I can understand that mindset, but also, depending on the circumstance and the situation, I would have to disagree with that like idea. I would say there's a lot of lessons that you can take from losing a friendship or a relationship. I can see why your first reaction or initial thought would be that it was regrettable or a waste, but you got to think of how it changed you and how it changed your mindset. And now going forward, you can look for certain things that relationship or friendship taught you, because obviously it wasn't a good one if it ended or didn't end well. So try to take something from that, I guess. Instead of just calling it a regrettable waste, definitely try to learn something from it. All right, next we have one I haven't heard, the only other one I haven't heard. It is Breaking Their Hold. And it's only 1 minute and 11 seconds, so I'm interested to see the significance of this one. Ooh. Ooh. Wow, that was a handful, and I can only imagine that it's about government. Correct me if I'm wrong, but wow, that was dynamite. Like, just very brief and in your face there. Aggressive, apparent, interesting. Next is Forgotten Faces, and at this time, the time I'm recording this, I don't even have the reaction to Forgotten Faces posted yet. I actually don't even have it edited yet. But anyways, this is Forgotten Faces. Yeah. That line, that all of that right there was what I talked about mainly in my initial reaction. Wow, do I relate to this? 90%, nothing was done. I'm guessing that means 90% of the population or 90% of most people's lives. It could be both. 90% of the lives of 90% of the population don't really accomplish anything of true meaning. That is a bold statement, and that is very objective instead of subjective. Subjectively, individuals accomplish a lot in life. They have a lot of personal accomplishments, but depending on your perspective, that could be viewed as just average or existing instead of living, you know, the whole 9 to 5 experience and just working a job where you're afraid to take time off or you're afraid to not work because you need money. So I guess it's less of a job and more of a life position that a lot of people can get wrapped up in because we're kind of just fed the idea that we just go through grade school, go to high school, get good grades, try to go to the best college, get through college, get educated, get a degree, and then go get the best job you can at a big company. And then after that, after you're potentially 26 years old and you just now got out of school for the first time in your life, and now you have no idea what, like, you're kind of just like, oh, okay, well, now I get a job. And then you get a job. And a few years into that, you're kind of like, is this it? This is what I am now. This is what I do now. This is like, now I'm just here. Like, that's what it is to me anyway. And that seems to be the average. People going to college having no idea what they want to do just because they're told they need to go to college. It seems like we go through most of our lives, at least in the beginning, with very little intention of what we're actually going to do. I think the statistic is like close to, it's around like 70% of people or something. It might be even higher. Don't even use the degree that they went to college for at all. They either do something totally unrelated to what they went to college for, or they go into a job that didn't require college at all. It's just preached so much that we go to college, hurry up, get a good education, go to the best college you can. It's so easy to feed kids this idea because we're so easily influenced at that age and we're so easily molded. And just, you know, you listen to adults who were in the same position. The only difference is they're older and they've been experiencing it longer, and now they are either comfortable with where they're at or are too afraid to take risks for themselves to try to teach their kid to do the same thing, you know? I'm starting to ramble a little bit, but anyways, like, the message behind this song that I receive is just like it says, seize the day, don't just coast through life, and don't just do what people expect you to do, or don't just do the easy option because it's the easy option. Get out of your comfort zone. Go do things that you are unsure of how to do. Go learn things. Go make something happen. I don't want to get too motivational or inspirational because that's not what this video is about. But anyways, this is the, I Googled the meaning of this song. Let's see. Forgotten Faces reflects on the fleeting nature of life, the regret of missed opportunities, and the inevitability of death, using the metaphor of fading photographs to represent lost memories and the feeling of becoming insignificant as time passes. That's interesting. The feeling of becoming insignificant as time passes. Well, here's the thing. Regardless of if we were some multimillionaire or if we were some homeless guy living on the street, as time goes on, we will become insignificant. So you might as well try to live the life you want to live. Think about it this way. Do you know your great-grandparents' full name, their story, their history, their life, what they did, what they accomplished? Most people don't. And that's 3 generations behind you, just around 100 years or so. Around a century, 100 years, and we're forgotten just like that. Why would you care about what people think of you, about failing something if you want to try it and you want to succeed, but you're scared of failure. As time goes on, nobody's going to remember it and none of this is going to matter anyway. So just do it. I got to keep going. Something right there that I didn't catch in the first time I reacted to this. Now your face in my picture frame. That's like, let's say this is your grandpa or your great grandpa saying these words right now. Now your face in my picture frame. Now you're the one in the present. You're the one in the driver's seat. We don't even care about who was in the picture frame before us. Yeah, so interesting.
Forever. Right before my very eyes. And just when I think I've made light of things, it slips away into darkness. My life passes, now I see just what this world does hold for me. It's getting harder to breathe. Am I out of times? I'm what this means. Well, that's what it means. That's what it means. You and me try to breathe. Yeah, real life. Your life.
Yeah, just like I was saying earlier, this is interesting. The way that they're able to portray an idea or a scene through just the instruments. Now you realize your life flies by. And as soon as that line comes across, the instruments pick up and now they're just flying. And it's towards the end of the song. It's like right at the end of the song. Now I realize my life, I die. Now I find, like, when you get older, you look back and go, oh my God, if I would have known what I know now, I would have changed so many things. So just live the way you want to live, even if you think it's unreasonable or unreachable or whatever. It's not a guarantee that if you go for whatever your goals are, you're going to meet them, but it is a guarantee that you won't if you don't try. So I know it's kind of corny, but it's true. Very powerful song right there. All right, up next we have Thick and Thin, another one that I would have just reacted to a couple days ago. Wait, did I mention this is Thick and Thin? My bad. This guitar reminds me so much of certain songs of the Nightmare album. I can't explain it, but it just sounds a lot like the Nightmare album. So I think it's interesting. I love this riff. The amount of tempo changes in this album is absurd. Did all the songs fade out at the end? I thought there was some that kind of blended together in this one. Maybe not. Okay, the song Thick and Thin is generally understood to be about the complexities of close relationships, exploring how the good and bad times, the thick and thin, can shape and define a bond, and can even lead to a relationship's destruction if not handled with care. Very interesting. Okay, so next we got Streets. We're just about there. This is Streets, and after this we have Shattered by Broken Dreams, so we got 2 more songs. Yeah, this song, I remember the meaning of it now. It's the difference between kids who grow up, I don't want to say privileged, because that's such a fucking, that has such a negative connotation now, but I think it is the right word if you think about the definition of the word. The more fortunate kids who grow up with a good family, parents aren't divorced, because that can cause a lot of trauma internally with a kid. Let's say the parents are doing okay for themselves, living comfortably, versus a kid who grows up on the streets, very poor, doesn't have much of maybe a father figure or a mother figure or both, or has both of them, but they're both like not good people or not good role models, I should say, and how those kids can end up. I know there's kind of like a known thing. The kids who grew up on the streets, or kids who grew up less fortunate, I'll say, tend to be a little more mature for their age, because they have to be. You know, they're put in certain situations at a younger age where they have to, you know, man up or grow up and mature and handle situations that a kid their age should not be subject to. And it can completely alter a kid's life and trajectory. So once again, another incredibly interesting topic to make a song about by Avenged Sevenfold.
Now, what are the reasons why and how, and don't you think it's not stupid when someone's treated different because they're not the same as me? Oh yeah. You live your whole life staring at a wall, your mind goes blank and now you are wrong. You never learn the things you say to know now. Oh now, there seems to be a difference to different types of kids. The ones who go out and the ones who are taught to live. The group's done out and the other group is done wide. There's no need to tell you what's in mind, but in the game of life I'm doing fine. No reason to tell you which way to be. The streets have opened my eyes to see. No reason to tell you what's in mind, but in the game of life I'm doing fine. No reason to tell you which way to be. The streets have opened my eyes to see.
So just out of curiosity, I want to look up the meaning that Google gives me about this song, just to see how similar my analysis was. The song Streets is about gaining wisdom and a new perspective from life experiences symbolized by the streets. The lyrics contrast the street smarts of one group of people with the sheltered, taught life of another, and advocates for looking beyond social differences to understand why people are treated differently. Yeah, so a little different than what I was saying, but yeah, that's another good way of looking at it that I didn't really think of. Was street smarts versus book smarts. There's so many times where these people who went to college and these people who are educated and supposed to be really smart can't even change a tire. That's where the street smarts come in, and the blue collar workers are so desperately needed, and they're getting fewer and farther between. Like the people who just know how to fix things and can be resourceful. There's no amount of sitting in a classroom or classes that you can take that will teach you how to use tools and how to work with your hands and how to build things out of nothing and how to fix problems that you've never seen before, because you don't see all the problems that can happen in a classroom or in college or in a school or whatever the case may be. Don't get me wrong, having book smarts is so nice sometimes and can be extremely helpful. There's certain things that you will never learn outside of college, or let's say, like, obviously there's a lot of things about college where you would never learn on the job or hands-on. But the idea that, and I'm mostly talking about, like, I'm speaking from my experience, because I only have experience in hands-on work, manual labor and going out and being on the job and whatever. I've never done a job that requires a great deal of book smarts, but it's of course amazing to have. And I love trying to educate myself on things because that's just the way I am. Not even because I need to, or I think I'm going to need to for a future job. But yeah, another just amazing topic to touch on a song. And lastly, we have Shattered by Broken Dreams. So let's go ahead and wrap this album up. Here we go.
that you like to. What we understand. And that's not you can take the end of the road. I can see it now. For you, that's scared. If I lose you, I'm not prepared. This time, if you die, I want you right before my eyes. Just let me in the day. Yeah, when the hell got through. This will take your love. Will take your overdose. And then I know that they'll run away. Wait till lots of questions why. Ruin all, and then open it wide. And we are left, the only feeling that you'll ever overdose. And then I know that they'll run away. Wait till lots of questions why. Ruin all, and then open it wide. And we are left, the only feeling that you ever had.
I totally forgot about that part. That's so crazy. This is the thing about this album. I don't want to say all the songs sound the same in this album, but a lot of similarities. You know, when it comes to like screaming and like the entire album, it gets a little repetitive, and then like the constant tempo changes. You're kind of like, I don't even know where this is going. Now, this is, you know, listening to most of these songs for the second or third time. If you know the song and you've listened to it and you thoroughly enjoy it, then it's a little different. I understand that, but it's getting to that point where it's a little difficult. I want to talk about the meaning of the song really quickly because I Googled it and now I'm kind of intrigued by what it could be about. So, Shattered by Broken Dreams is about the devastating impact of addiction and the destruction it brings to a person's life. While not officially confirmed, some fans theorized it was about the band's then bassist Justin Maycomb. I don't know. It has in parentheses Justin Sane. That's funny, and that didn't click until I read it out loud. Justin Sane, just insane. That's pretty funny and also kind of not funny at the same time. Some fans theorized it was about the band's then bassist Justin Sane after he overdosed, although the incident occurred after this album was recorded. So part of me is like, oh yeah, it's definitely not about that if it was after the album was recorded, but how soon after the album was recorded did that happen? Because I'm sure stuff like that, you know, it shows signs before it happens. You know what I mean? So I wondered if they were kind of like not preparing for that, but just kind of starting the grieving process because they knew it would turn into that if it continued and based off of the way it was going. I don't know, maybe.
For you, you can't go on this way.
I wonder if that silence right there was like to represent like a moment of silence after somebody dies. I wonder if there's any there's got to be significance to that silence. Or maybe it's just a moment of silence for the death of who that person once was because the addiction has completely changed them or devastated that person's life to a degree where they can't go back to the way it was, or they don't see a road where they will go back to the way it was, if that makes any sense. There's the thunder and the rain. Again, started and opened the album. Or it started and closed the album. Interesting. That last line there. Problems not just you is what we find. Our friendship makes it mine. Because we're friends, your problems are my problems. That's interesting. That's very deep and very powerful, and I like that. So that was Sounding the Seventh Trumpet, Avenged Sevenfold's very first album. I've been trying to get this done for such a long time. Now I have officially reacted to the entire album so I can get moving on the rest of Avenged Sevenfold's discography, and I cannot wait. You guys have requested quite a few songs from different albums that I haven't heard, and I can't wait to get to them. Really glad I could check this off the list and get more Avenged Sevenfold under my belt. And I did plenty of talking throughout this video. I got really nothing else to say. Let me know what you thought of that reaction. Let me know what your favorite song of this album is. And if you want to get early access to my reactions as well as exclusive reactions to other music and other bands, go check out my Patreon. It'll be linked in the description. Go check out all the links in the description. Hit that like and subscribe button. As I'm recording this, I am just under 1,000 subscribers. So if we can make it to 1,000 subscribers, I would very much appreciate it. But anyways, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video.